What's up, guys? Welcome to day 90. Oh, I way missed that. 97 of Fusion. What we're going to do today is we've already made our piston for our V6 engine, but now what we're going to do is create our camshaft. And since we're all doing from this top-down assembly, our first sketch, we're actually going to use again. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a arm for our section of our camshaft for our piston arms to attach to. Now I'm going to do 2 inches here because my camshaft or my piston heads are 1.5 inches in diameter. So they need to be at least 3 inches apart, but to make it look where they're not super close stacked onto each other, 2 inches should work. Okay. We're going to do something a little bit different though, because we want these camshafts to be offset. So I am just going to create a sketch on this. To where the bottom of the camshaft is matching with another disc. Let's do 1.25. And if you know how camshafts work, there should be an offset for the arms to attach to or they wouldn't move, i.e. camshaft. If we create a disc, a large disc and a small disc where they're kind of stacked on each other, you can get kind of this effect pretty easily. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our pistons are inactive. And for this body right here, we're going to right click, hit move, copy. Now I'm curious, that's not where I want it to move copy at. So instead, let's see if we do this. Let's go ahead and make this a component. Let's call this component our camshaft. And let's try moving it from here. Yeah, that might work a little bit better. No, still not what I want. So here's the thing, is I want this to rotate around a certain face. So let's use this move copy in a very particular way. I'm going to hit move copy up here and then click the center of this disc. That's going to choose about which axes things can rotate. And you see that is now rotating where the disc isn't moving, but the shaft part actually is. So let's go back to 0 because I need to create a copy. So let's click create copy. Let's rotate this 120 degrees and move this down some distance. Looks good. Click OK. And then let's do that again. Move copy. The center of this body. Create copy. Rotate it 120 degrees. And slide it on down. OK. And there we go. We got our 3 staggered camshaft positions all in one get-go. Beautiful. We're looking good on time, so let's keep going. Let's combine these 3 parts together. So we're going to click on combine. These 3 bodies are going to combine to make one component. Click join. We don't want a new component because we already have that camshaft component. We don't want to keep the tools because we want these pieces to disappear. And when I make my camshaft inactive, the whole thing disappears. We're looking great. Okay. Now, as far as kind of things to help test out, I am going to do something a little different. I'm going to create a disk that and this is why I did this like troubleshooting, is to make sure things were going correctly. I'm going to make a small disk. And this is where I'm going to test to make sure things are working as I do it. So we'll just call this test disk. Then we'll go ahead and ground it. Looks good. We can go ahead and do Shift J for as built-in joint. So these 2 components. Did that work correctly? It did it. Shift J. These two components are going to revolute, there we go, around that face. Okay, now let's bring our pistons in. Our piston bodies shouldn't be able to, or shouldn't be locked down, so they should be able to move. And what I'm going to do here is I'm hopefully going to make this a little bit easier for me. So what I found out is when we're going to make our engine block body, we can go ahead and before we do that, put our pistons in. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take my piston and I'm going to, let's go ahead and make a joint. Let's go make our first joint. That's going to be the center. Remember, going back to that center. The center of our arm is going to go around the center of the camshaft. It's going to be revolute. And then let's slide this down 1/2 inch. Click OK. And let's just copy and paste it. Copy, paste, slide it down 1 inch. Click OK. Hit paste again, slide it down. Now these aren't going to be exact where they're going to be at, so let's just go ahead and just paste it. Okay, here's 2. There's 5. I just counted really weird in my head and realized that. All right, there's our 6 pistons. So let's do the rest of our joints. I'm going to do the center of that piston with the center of that. Let's do a 1/2 inch offset. Click OK. I just realized we did not do this piston, so it should be able to freely move. Come on, man. Oh, we could big brain it. Let's do as-built joints. So Shift J. This component with that component revolves around that. Oh, it's just so easy. Man, if you ever figure out how to use built-in joints, it just makes your workflow a whole lot quicker. All right, J for joint, because these things aren't built in as they are. Oh, I don't think I attached that to the right thing. Nope, attach the piston to itself. Piston 4 attaches to camshaft, and let's slide down 1/2 inch. Looks okay. J for joint. Center that. Goes in the center here. Looking beautiful. Go and do 1/2 inch slide down. And last, but surely not least, this joint is going to go around the center of that camshaft. We're going to slide down 1/2 inch. Looks, c'est magnifique. Okay. Now, none of this is going to work as expected because these pistons need to slide through the engine body. However, we can kind of get ready for the engine body. And the way I'm going to do that is I am going to rotate these in such a way to where I want them to be in their default neutral positions closely. So, how are we going to do that? We're going to take this first joint right here in our series of joints, and we're going to edit it. And we're going to rotate it. Edit joint. Is that going to work? Let's see. Now we don't want to add joint limits. Edit joint. There we go. Edit that joint, and we're going to rotate it. I want it to rotate about 30 degrees. Click OK. Did that work as expected? Not quite. Let's try this again. If it doesn't work, we're going to figure out another way to do it. Edit joint. There we go. Do about a 30-degree turn. Okay. So this is going to be where hopefully my pistons are going to pop out at the top of the engine body. You know what? I don't like that. Let's do a 45 degree. I did 30 earlier. Let's do a 45 degree. Click OK. No, it's all right. So now we've got our pistons made, we've got our camshaft created, and we've got our pistons in a position to where we can make our engine block body. All right, guys, I do my best to keep these videos about 10 minutes in length. So we're going to stop here, continue on right away, and make the rest of our engine. Hopefully it works. Might have to make edits on the fly. But in any case, you guys are cool. Stick around.